Hi everybody, welcome to Madness of the Land. I time you guys out now. I must wait for like a couple extra seconds. Anyway, yeah, we're playing some D&D. We're back to it. Mad's disappeared for a second. Oh, there she is.
She's playing hide and go seek.
Let's have everyone kind of go around, shout out character information, kind of thing like that. Hey, Unfunnyone.
Hi.
Alright. I don't know, Zach.
Something about him.
Yeah, there you go.
Actually, he's scared because he has this. You guys have proven to him that he has magic and he doesn't understand it. Doesn't know what the hell's going on, and he doesn't even know actively how to use it. It's just kind of intuitively coming. So in that part, he's scared, but he's actually really happy because we had a really good time talking and venting and everything.
And drinking.
While we're out on the field, he's happy. He's terrified to go back home.
Maz, how's Signe?
Signe's fucked up.
When isn't
Wait, how has that changed? Yeah.
What I was
Fucked
gonna say.
up worse now. For reasons that only, well, actually, Josh also knows, but,
But
she's
Zach
not
doesn't know. Only Signe
Zach
knows.
doesn't know. No, it's not a fun time for anyone, and, asking people to murder you, should you ask them to, is always a fun time.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Uh-huh.
That's gonna be a hard episode if you do that. That's gonna be a
Unless something
downer.
goes through first. Something else goes through first.
You never know.
With the way we do things, no, you don't.
Hey Joe, how about Chance?
He's worried that the entire party's turning to monsters.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Especially now, other than you, but now Mr. Salad Fingers. And you're dating Mr. Salad Fingers.
I guess that's a worry.
What are your babies gonna look like?
Dwarf.
Normal humans.
Yeah.
Normal dwarf.
No, that's the downside. We give birth to humans.
Oh, God, you're a human.
That's weird. That's weird. 'Cause you're gonna outlive your kids. Like, you were gonna outlive your kids for sure.
Oh.
Anyway, so Tiff.
I'm Obsidian.
Tiff, how's Ulfgar?
He's surprisingly feeling okay. Like, he just went through a weird transformation. He's dealing with that. But, his friends haven't abandoned him, so he's happy about that one. And, I just realized that, the weapon attack with his hand is 15 feet long.
It's like ninja fingers.
So, I'm just gonna say that when he swipes, they extend.
You mean they're not permanently dragging behind you on the ground?
Oh,
Yes.
God, that's disgusting. That is disgusting.
They're long, they just... Woo!
Yes.
It's like casting a fishing line.
That's so gross.
We could have some sweet dance moves, though.
God, he's like on the other side of the campfire, and just
Like-
rubbing Gritz's shoulder.
Like, with the dancing thing, just like do the thing where you throw
fishing
your
rod.
partner out and they
Yeah.
go spinning out and then just whip the hand out and bring you back in.
So when a problem comes along, you must finger it?
Whoa,
Oh god.
whoa,
I mean,
disco!
if you're a
He'd be
bard.
the best disco person.
Oh.
Like, he'd be like,
Oh god.
Better yet, I could become a master thief. Just sit there with my arms crossed, stealing from the person behind me and in front of me.
Roll to see if you steal his pants.
It's horrifying.
Alright,
Hey, Grit,
I think
how
we
are
should
you?
kill Ulfgar. We should just kill Ulfgar at this
Kill
point, guys.
Do it, I dare you. See what happens, motherfucker.
Anyway, back to a semblance of reality. Rachel, how's Grits?
I think
Semblance.
Grits is... I mean, obviously she's not, like, salad fingers or obsidian or ooze. But she's probably like concerned about like what the hell is happening with everybody. She's going like, okay, things are getting weird. I mean, as long as they don't try to like kill her.
Getting weird.
I think you might be the least mentally scarred too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not.
I don't know, man. She's with a man that's fingers are like.
Put marshmallows on them and have a fun time.
And for
Just need some holy water and it goes back to normal. Come
I
on
have
now.
holy water.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I can get rid of mine. You guys can't.
your abomination hand.
Signe can cover it up.
Yeah, I can cover it up.
Magic solves everything. It's the magic cover-up. It's like magic makeup. Anyway, all right.
Maybe it's magic lean.
Nobody does it like magically. So as you left...
So we just flew. Grits just flew.
Yep. So you got a scout out of the kind of area. You got an idea that there is some farmland, some grazing land, a village nearby, and that's all you could really see. As I said, this area is fairly flat with slight hills, and you're kind of... It looks a little more hilly in the area you're at. From what you can tell, the area you're in does look like it has animals going, but you're thinking that this area is probably more free-range herds in your area. That's probably why you haven't seen any. There are some other type of beast that you haven't seen signs of that's let to kind of wander. A quick look around, you can find signs of, like, scat stuff that's old.
Ooh, fire fuel.
Yes.
I think once I came back on the ground, I was suggesting we kind of hug the wall and go around.
Yes. You were suggesting you hug the wall and head north. That way.
Yes, that way.
And we took, while she was scouting, we took a short rest. Or no. I got my spell slot back.
I would have been up for an hour, right?
No, I don't think it's an hour.
Or a
It's,
minute, sorry. I think it was a minute. Or 10 minutes?
It's 10 minutes.
10
but
minutes.
I thought you were updating your maps and stuff
Yeah, yeah. And
So-
updating the maps. And I think somebody else was doing this.
Oh, and he was hunting? Were you
Yes,
hunting?
I was hunting.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah,
I
there's
found
like
a
other
rabbit.
stuff.
Yeah, that's right. There's lots of unsuccessful hunting.
Yeah, we did really bad.
Yeah.
with our hunting.
You are
We
not...
have
Hey, at
tons
least-
of ration in this bag of holding, by the way.
At least I brought back something.
Yes. Still, you are not mighty hunters, not any of you. And that was proven last time.
Not this time.
Normally better.
At least not in this area.
Can I have some more? No! With the fingers. No!
I told you no.
Oh, fingers.
I mean, I didn't
So
try to go like
pretty.
but
So
feeling with it
pretty.
went well.
Limply slap me across the face.
So gross, dude.
They're not limp. What are you talking about?
alright.
Thank you, ads, for the excessive.
Alright, so I'll get the spell slot back, Tantus, or no?
Sure, you can get a short rest in.
Yay, my 2 spell slots!
Yeah, Warlock.
Welcome.
And then you
welcome,
accidentally
Warlock.
use one.
No, that's a cantrip. So that's cantrip.
I see you're touching things.
Alright. So, I'll trust her and I'll say, Chance, you want to go ahead. I know it's pretty bright out here, so it might not be as advantageous for you to be by yourself up ahead as usual.
I can stay low.
And if you stay near the wall, there is still a little bit of shade near the wall. It seems to vary. You can probably get between, like, areas where the cliff moves out a little bit to almost, like, 50 feet out, and other areas where it's maybe only, like, 10 feet out of shade from the wall.
Okay.
I'd use the Hat of Disguise to look like one of the larger Caladas.
Okay. Yep.
Not the largest, just the larger ones that fit, my body type more.
Yeah.
And then, I'll look over to the rest of you guys, and you guys gonna
Nah.
What's the temperature right now?
Actually a little warmer than what you're used to. Like, the valley tends to have a kind of, like, cooler temperature. I'd say kind of averages, like high 70s during the day, like low 60s at night. This is actually a little warmer in here. It just feels like it's maybe up in, like, the, mid-80s. Fahrenheit,
Okay,
for those of you that are in Celsius countries who might be watching.
I will wear minimum clothing then.
Okay.
Other than my armor. Well, I'm hairy and I want to make sure, I kind of look a little more Caladish.
Yeah, the temperature fluctuations, like, you can say, like, day and night, but they don't really fit with day and night, so people kind of, like, because they happen randomly.
Well, there is no night either, so...
Exactly.
So just whenever.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Well,
some people have figured out that there are some kind of schedules to it, but it's like they're really complex and weird, and anytime anybody's ever tried to explain them to you, it gives you a headache.
Oh no.
We just use our bodily clocks.
My stealth is only at 18.
Okay.
Are we doing...
Wait.
We're not doing the prisoner thing, are we?
Oh,
Anthony's gonna be the prisoner. Because we all can change now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have
No,
3
but I
hands,
look
right?
fine.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna be up ahead.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll follow at like 30 feet-ish. Is that good?
That should be fine.
All right.
It's
They were
nice
gonna
having all my spell slots every day, though. Gonna be honest.
Oh, instead of having...
Oh, because the zombies. Yeah.
Skeletons.
I don't know, man. Those zombies kicked ass in a lot of our fights. Like they were doing a
Skeletons.
lot of like consistent damage.
They're not zombies. They don't have any meat.
Well,
Hey.
I mean,
So kind of head...
pinky.
You'll head northwest along the cliff edge, and you'll go for quite a while. Following the cliff edge does seem to take a little longer than a direct route would be, definitely. Time is going to pass. Please, Chance, since I guess you're leading the way, give me perception.
Okie dokie.
Okay. I just want to
Why are
check.
you kidding?
You don't get a sign of any kind of thing. About half a day of journeying, actually, you do see signs of some kind of grazing creature. It's fairly large, bigger than a cow, horns on its head, very shaggy. You're not quite sure
Like
what it is.
Like a buffalo or an ox
Something like that.
size.
Yeah, like buffalo
Yeah.
ox size. It does seem to be pretty close to the cliff edge, and when you kind of look around, you do notice that there is a bunch more of them to the west of you. But their herd seems to be kind of spread out.
Do you say
I'm gonna-
anything to us?
I'm going to stop for a second and move back to you guys. Dinner?
That's a big herd.
Not the herd, the one that's by itself.
He said it was spread out. Like they're
Yeah,
not,
it's definitely near enough to the herd. It's not really separated
Okay.
from it. Yeah, you know
Yeah.
the herd is scattered to a degree, but they're not like super far from each other. Like the next closest one is maybe 100 feet away from this one.
But if we stay close to the wall, they're not going to charge at the wall.
They might.
They can
know.
head up a wall?
Up, no. But into crushing us, possible.
Well, I have an idea.
I like
I
it.
have to get pretty close to them.
I like it even better.
I could target one, and I think I can make it so that I think I can make it hear like a noise, maybe like an animal, and then and then maybe it'll split the herd up, and then chance you can take your chance. You can take your shot. You know, and then we could use while the herd is excited and running. We can use that as cover, so that they don't attack us directly. What do you think?
That might work.
I mean, we could just shoot it too. It's fine either way, in my opinion.
Do any of us have like a net or something that we could kind of trap it in? What's in the
don't have
bag?
any nets.
Reach in and think of nets, traps, anything.
I think you had opportunities to take fishing gear in the first adventure.
I have a
you
couple
did
of
not.
cow traps still.
Oh. Well, actually, my character did take a bunch of fishing gear stuff.
But did Rufus give it to the group, or did he keep it in his stuff?
He probably wouldn't have kept it because
Maybe
He's
he
in a
wanted to go
village?
fishing. Thank you very much.
there's no lakes that close to the damn castle.
Um,
He probably would have let the group have it in case they need it for survival.
I think I could ask the Earth to hold it for us.
If
I'd
you
be worried about
can,
it
that would
running
be
away.
good because I don't know if I could kill it in one shot.
Is this what we want to do?
Sure.
Well, what about? Hold on, I got another idea. That's
Mm-hmm.
probably not as good. Oh, there's no trees, is there?
No.
Not really.
It's like you
Like
do see
grassland, right?
occasional trees here and there, but they're very spread out. Like, as soon as you get into like the farm, like the closed off grazing lands and farmlands, and the villages, there seems to be no trees. There just seems to be a couple in this area, like out here. Like, there's like a singular tree in the middle of the herd, kind of thing, right now.
Zach, what can you do with your, I don't know, all your earth stuff? Like, what kind of, what can you do?
I don't know.
If
The way, like,
Okay, so my thought.
I-
Here's my thought. If I were to tie a rope to a dart, could you form the earth around it to make a, like, basically stake it in the ground, and basically we could tie the rope, try to loop the rope over it, so if it does try to run, we at least hopefully can slow it or stop it from running too
Zach
far.
was said he could try to have the earth hold the animal.
yeah.
That might be
That's
better than a
interesting.
stake.
Yeah, I mean,
That could be like a backup. Can you do it twice?
no.
Oh.
If I don't think I have that much power. I could, I'll look to Signe and I go, I could make it be in the dark. But I don't know if that helps you guys.
I don't think
We
it
wouldn't
does.
be able to see it then.
It'll definitely confuse it, at least considering it's probably never seen dark.
Yes, but then we couldn't see it.
I wasn't
can't
talking about
really-
us.
No, I meant if you made it, put
Yeah,
it
we
in the
can't see
darkness,
into the dark.
we wouldn't see into the darkness to see it to attack.
I know. I
Oh,
was just
no,
stating
we don't
that
have to do that. I pull
would
out
be
that movable
confused.
rod. I click it. It's an immovable rod.
Okay, so there's what I can tie the rope to.
Yes. Yes. We have immovable rods. I have 2 of them. Because originally my idea was to climb a mountain with 2 of them.
I do
But I
remember
can't do
the
that no
thing.
more, guys. I'm saying.
Okay, so all right.
Stick
we have-
one in its mouth and up its butt.
I mean, could Misty Step shove my arm in its mouth?
And then you got salad fingers reaching around.
Oh god.
Stick your finger extend. Oh, it's so gross. But anyways, I
Anyway.
do think we could I can get us really close. As long as we stay together as a group.
Okay.
Hey.
And I'm up for trying to like lasso it.
So this is the least disgusting transformation, just so you guys know.
Sweet.
I
It's
can't
already
change
bad.
it now.
Already bad.
Yeah, I can't change it now, but this was the least disgusting one.
So
Congratulations.
I'll hand you
it
the
could have been
movable
worse.
rod.
All right.
I'll hand her the movable rod, and I'll go,
Okay.
okay, so just try to get it over its neck, and click it, and it won't be able to run away.
That's the thought.
Alright, and I'm gonna reach down and touch the earth. You guys have seen Zach do this before, and I'm gonna ask the earth to make our passage silent. And do the pass without trace using my reach
space.
ability.
Plus 10.
Plus 10. As long as we all stay together within 30 feet.
Yep. To our step.
Reminding you I'm bad at this.
28. As we approach it.
Okay.
Stealth.
12.
God.
I directly
Still a 12.
just said, I'm reminding you I'm bad at this.
But you get
it's
plus
a 12. It's a 12, guys. It's a check, not an attack. Oh.
You can tell me to stay behind.
Well,
That's
I'm taking
your
this
rule.
opportunity to tell you I'm staying at the very edge of this 30 feet,
Yeah.
Back in.
ready to run.
25. So
Let's
only
see
one
how
under
this
a
goes.
20.
Let's see how this goes.
Alright, so you're
God.
trying to sneak up on this thing. Alright, yeah. What is the plan now?
Alright, so I want to get, we're gonna have to get close enough, right? For Grits
I'm gonna try to lasso it.
surprise
So,
rat
like,
lasso it, and when she does that, I'm also gonna try to do, I'm gonna cast, Earthbound on it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to time it with her. So
You
it
don't want
can't
to try to
just
do
run off.
that first?
No, because if we do it at the same time, if it fails, you're still there, and you still got it. If we do it afterwards, it might run off. But we don't know how much speed it has. I know you're fast, but the rest of us ain't.
Alright, I guess give me a ranged attack roll to lasso.
Sweet. I'm assuming I would not have proficiency with a lasso.
No, so just rolled like a
I'm a
dex
card.
chest. Dex
Chest?
chest.
Dex
Yeah.
chest.
Dex
Alright,
chest.
here's my.
Oh, I didn't know that. Alright, well, Earthbind isn't an option. Never mind.
Why not?
It's
It's
only
fly.
flying speed.
Yeah. Alright,
Yeah,
you
it's
throw the rope
creature.
and it just kind of
Oh.
flops next to the thing as, like, it snorts a little bit and starts wandering, you know, closer to the rest of them.
How
Just
fast is it wandering? Can I?
Pretty
Pick up my rope and
slow.
run
You
up
could
and-
probably try again. Yeah. It, like, moseys
I-
20 feet, you know, it's just sort of like...
Do
So
we
Oh, I'm.
need to re-stealth or no?
I'm not even
Urge.
stealthing anymore.
Oh, it's not humanoid. never mind.
Yeah, I think it knows we're there now.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, and it reacted that way? I'm gonna stop Grits. Grits, it didn't act scared of us, or surprised, or shocked. And I'm gonna look around to see if there's any, like, shepherds.
Give me perception.
Can I as well? Because he's stopping me.
Sure.
Oh, I have advantage, because of my shield.
Okay, then you roll with advantage, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually notice something. There
Okay,
seems
sure.
to be, over by the tree, you can't quite tell who they are, but there seems to be two individuals moving around.
Alright, I'm gonna grab. Well, I mean, she's pretty low. But if Signe is. No, Sydney's behind me, and I'm assuming Chance is distant too. Like, why would he get close? I'm gonna get down, and I'm gonna say, Grits, there's someone over by the trees. We should move back quietly.
Oh,
Wait,
there's
stop.
someone by the trees.
Yeah, guys, come on. Let's
So
get
how
back.
far from the trees, or how far are the trees from us?
The tree's a pretty decent distance away. I'd say that's like 300. As I said, it's a pretty decent-sized herd, maybe like 50 individuals, but they're spread out pretty decently. Like,
I
over...
want more
Like-
info.
How many people? What people?
You can only see...
There's a party going on over there.
Okay.
What are they drinking?
You notice the two.
Is it good?
You can definitely notice that they seem to be two Calada. One of them seems to be scanning the area, like looking around, like kind of watching the herds. The other one seems to be just kind of sitting there, whittling at something. You do notice a flash of something that, when you kind of focus on it, it looks like they have some kind of horn or something at their side.
Both or one?
At least the one that's scanning it. You can't tell with the other one because it's kind of sitting down.
Information. Bleh.
Alright, so either they didn't see us or our disguises are working. I think we shouldn't push our luck.
You do notice something else out in the distance. Pretty far away, but a little to the northwest of the herd. Not quite on the path you're taking, like a little farther off from the path you're taking if you continue along the... this, I guess, would be like west-northwest, I'd say, of you. Seems to be a group of what appear to be boar riders. On, like, massive boars. Like the size, like, large-sized boars.
Information. Bleh.
Dude, stop. Your fingers are gross. Stop doing that.
Sorry, wrong hand.
Okay, so the boar riders, are those also Calada?
Yes.
Are they? Can we tell what they're like? Which direction they're going?
They're probably, like, with your check, I'm going to say they're, like, a couple thousand feet off. You've got a pretty good angle, because, again, pretty flat. And it looks like they were heading towards the herd at a very slow pace. You know, like, kind of a mosey.
Oh, at a slow pace. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just they haven't. It doesn't seem like they're actively looking for us or anything. It's just a normal day right now. I think we should back up and try to get out of here before.
I mean, because
Go back
Zach
to the
had
original
the
plan.
inference about what was going on. Maybe they're the kind that would, you know, gather parts of the herd to take back to market or something.
Yeah. Like cattle hands. Like
Yeah.
if you're a cowboy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't we scoot back to the shadow of the wall then and?
Yeah.
scoot
I mean, we
around?
still have. It's an hour. We still have a lot of time on this.
Yes.
Pass the trace. So.
Okay.
I'll head back to where Signe and Chance are, and I'll relay the information. And it was like, well, I'm glad we Great's missed for once.
Agreed.
I give you both grumpy looks.
Let's continue on our way then.
All right. By the way, I am taking the immovable rod and sticking it in my pocket.
That's fine. I have two. So.
But I have one just in case I need it.
Sleight of hand. Let's see if I can push the button.
About when you get pretty far away from, like, the herd, you do hear this horn call, and you can still kind of look back, and you see that some of the herd seems to be kind of milling together at that point in time.
Okay. So it doesn't seem like the horn was used for an alarm as per se.
Or it
Directly.
might.
Could have been.
Well, yeah, I guess it could be multi-purpose, right? Different
Yeah.
calls mean different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like, kind of like a long, low call.
Just like that.
Brrr.
Yep.
Rations again for tonight. Damn it.
You might find something along the way.
Yeah.
It's better than starving.
I need to poop. These rations are like bricks.
There was your poop.
I have 5
You're
or
literally
supplements.
shit bricks.
I mean, to be fair, you would be able to put a supplement up really well. Just saying. A suppository, just like, whoop, just grow.
Good
Supplements
news,
and
everybody!
suppositories
It's a
are
suppository!
different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant suppositories, because we're talking about buttholes, right? Yeah, buttholes are-
I like that you look right at the camera like we're talking about buttholes.
Right?
In case nobody was aware.
So, by the end of the day, though, you can see an area where, like, if you're looking at the map, the cliff begins to move out for a little while, and you figure that's where you're getting at, because you can actually see a curve kind of in the wall coming up in front of you. And this is getting towards the end of your day of trekking.
Okay.
Keeping an eye out for any, like, caves or crevices that we could try to...
Tuck into for the night.
Yeah.
And if there's an animal in there to eat, all the better.
Mm.
Yeah.
You could probably find something small that you could all fit into. Doesn't look currently occupied. It's not... It's smaller than the last animal cave you were in, but definitely not the... You know, you're not squishing yourselves in there.
Aww.
Better than
Having
nothing.
a cuddle pile.
Alright.
I get Ulfgar and Signe.
I'm definitely on the outside.
I mean, you just got your fingers hanging out the cave mouth.
They're actually sprawled out like vines. and
Dude,
they're
I could
like
be
an
the
alarm
best.
spell.
I could be the best catfisher.
I mean, dude, with the
Noodling.
sword I'm using, guys, we don't have to do watches anymore. Alright?
It's still not a bad idea to have someone already awake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Alright, so before as we're like setting up our little sleep area and stuff like that, I'll look over to Grits and go, so did it help you? Like getting that height to update your mats? Did that help you?
Yeah, it did. And I mean, I probably would have shown you guys as we were walking at some point during the day, like flipping through them. But I would specifically point out, like, here's where I updated things. So here's where I think we're heading. This is, you know, give you all the advice.
Do you want to do that again before we sleep for the night? Because
You know, it might not hurt. It could also give me an insight if somebody's kind of heading our way that we don't see for some reason.
Okay, so we'll go outside, not in the cave because that might hurt.
Smash!
I will draw the circle in the ground again, put my hands at the edge of the circle, and then say some stuff in Tauren. And the ground just kind of like pushes you away, like the opposite of a magnet. It's less fly and being rejected by the earth in this.
Yeah.
And then I'll stay down there and watch you.
Let me know when it's like 10-second warning. You're like, hey, come back down.
I mean, you're a monk. You're pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yep. No, I do have that folly thing.
Go ahead and give me perception grids. See if you see something.
Okay. With advantage, right? Because the height.
Yes.
Awesome. Perception. 19.
You can see that there seems to be a larger village, kind of pretty far in the distance. You're guessing miles away from you at this point in time, off to the east. You know it's much bigger, but you can't really tell a lot about it. Other than the size, and there seems to be a couple larger buildings.
Hold on, up to the east?
I mean west, I'm sorry. I gotta remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was
sorry.
like, didn't you just come
East
along
is the
east
wall.
side wall?
There's a wall
Yeah.
to your east, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, I was like,
You're staring at the wall and you see a village inside
yeah,
it.
village.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You can actually see some of the, like, one of the buffalo herd still. It seems like it's been moved, much farther to the west from where it was, and, kind of a little closer to you, so it looks like, again, that west-northwest, that direction that those people were coming from, the boar riders, it seems like the herd's moved that way.
Okay.
I'm gonna check the cave out and see if there is any edible fungus or lichen or anything that we might be able to spice up our diet with.
Well, survival.
While I'm up looking around and I look kind of to the northish, northwestish, do I see also any other cave entrances that...
Unfortunately, since the wall is changing from this northwestish direction to almost a southeastish direction,
and we're like up in here?
Yeah, you're like up in
Okay.
like this area here where I just...
Oh yeah, we're all up in that area.
Unfortunately, you do notice that the shadow pretty much disappears at this point in time, at least around this portion of the cliff face. So, when it kind of juts out this way, you don't see that angle anymore.
Okay.
Because the sun is still high noon, right? Like in this domain? We're not
Yeah.
in a different
Yeah.
section. Okay.
Yeah. You're not
But
sure
everywhere around
if...
us, the cave is kind of... Or the...
You're not sure if the wall, the shade you get, is because of the cliff's nature or the sun's nature. You know, like, the sun's position, if it's more towards the center of the valley, actually. Like, if it's directly in the center of the valley, maybe that's creating the shade, or the walls might actually go out a little bit. Again, it's hard to tell because the cliffs are very tall, and the exact nature of this kind of switch between them is very difficult to understand, even at your height.
Got it.
You do see some fields of some very, like, high plants. They're obviously cultivated plants, but you've not seen anything like that. Like, twice the height of a wheat. Whatever it is.
That's pretty tall.
Yeah.
It's pretty tall.
Yeah.
Wheat's like 6 feet.
Yeah. These things are very tall. They look kind of like a weed of some kind, but you've not seen anything like it.
Barley, guys. It's barley. It's hops.
No, it's marijuana. Come on.
That looks nothing like wheat.
It's tall.
It's
tall,
magic. It's magic weed.
It's Talawana.
Oh.
Look, you can eat it and bread, and you get high. It's a special type of.
So it's a type of ricin?
We're overthinking this. It's not that.
I think you guys are. Yeah. Yep.
All right, cool.
It's right. It's wheat that has some rice in it, poison in it.
But basically, the only reason that you can tell that height is you can see some fencing near it, and when you can compare the fencing to some other animals you've seen something of similar size of, you can do it. Like, oh, and one of those, like, closed-in grazing areas for, like, elk things. You get an idea how big the elk things are. Probably about the size of most elks you've seen. Okay, that's the fence height. Okay, those are tall.
So I'm gonna try to help her as soon as she lands.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to help her, and I'll say to Grits, all right, Grits, as fast as we can, we should annotate all these buildings. If we do go to war, this is information that'll be drastically needed.
Mari, like, on it, like, screaming
Yeah.
out.
I'm gonna try to help her any way I can. I don't know if I can, but no.
Yeah, I would definitely be, like, scritching things out and making notes of what I saw while I was up there, of the buildings and any...
Yeah,
anything else.
I'll be like, it's important to annotate this, and, like, make sure you put the height of the grass. I know for maps it's not as important, but for strategy, it's important for us to know what advantages we'll have.
So as you're like mentioning all that, what I'll do is, because I actually did work for a very short time with like a military unit mapping stuff for them and scouting. So I would take like my map and show you, and then overlay another one that I can see through it and annotate, so that I'm not actually messing up my map.
Good.
Be like,
we also should annotate the shadows on this wall so we can.
all right, I got it.
I'm sorry.
Hakuna Yatatas. Jeez.
This is great information. I'm really excited.
I could tell. This is the most you've actually talked to me like this whole time.
Well, I mean, you're useful now.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
He doesn't say that. He wouldn't say that.
I will gnaw your ankles, sir.
No,
Hey, Cantus, odd question. Am I within 15 feet?
I thought you were still in the cave. They're outside the cave entrance.
All right. No, he wouldn't have actually said that. But yeah. Yeah, he's just excited and go, look, if we could save as many lives, even the Calada's lives.
Yeah, I mean, from what I saw up there, it looked like it's more agricultural, but that doesn't mean they don't have any kind of military. So
No, but that's great news, because look, if we came in here without knowing that, they would have raised this entire area just to be safe.
yeah,
If we know that this area is more agricultural, we won't try to salt the earth and stop them. We could just try to cut off their production line, so that if they do decide to do a siege or any type of maneuver like that, we don't. It's just less human life, less life lost. Human doesn't matter. Fuck humans.
yeah.
That remark.
Fist bump. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you're not my type.
Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby.
He's just excited. So that's the kind of conversation, because that's what he is. He's military minded.
Military.
So he's gonna be all like, oh, that's
He's
good.
got cat my ear off, like,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I got it. I know. So I guess after we get our notes, we go back in, and
Yep.
Right.
what you
I
guys
found an ant.
It's like this big. I found an ant.
We eat it. We all get heartburn. Like, oh.
It's a fire ant. It's a spicy meatball.
I hate fire ants.
That's about maybe the only thing I probably got with a 7.
I pull out the rations again. Go and just look at the bars of like grain. Okay.
Alright, I guess that's... So our plan for tomorrow is we'll keep scouting around the outcropping and then hopefully find...
We need to find this cave, right? This cave network that the king is supposed to be in.
So you're basically gonna head around this thing, the ping on the map, the big outlay.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. We're trying to avoid interacting with the Calada as much
Which
as
unfortunately doesn't have any shade.
Yeah.
You were saying.
Yes.
We talked about it before, just to remind you, Matt, though, we're trying to eliminate the king without interacting with the people to try to create a treaty. Like, the king is supposed to be our biggest hurdle, is what was described to us by the hermit lady, the crazy person.
He basically said that the king would probably be the one that wouldn't go for it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why we're
So
going
we-
after
and-
just him.
Yeah, we're just trying to take him out so that his child, who is supposedly more open-minded, is willing to talk. And so we're trying to do this covert.
Yeah.
We just have one person that's really long-fingered and loud.
Clank, clank, clank.
It's not just clank anymore. It's clank, clank. The fingers, clank, clank.
If you try to walk on that, can you try to walk on just your fingers?
Would you prefer that I have a parasite tongue? How
I don't have
about
to kiss you.
how about several eye stalks?
Ooh, you should come with the ice dogs.
Oh, you would have had
They're
better
not-
vision.
They're not that great. And
Could you have like tied them up and just have like ice
Dreads.
stalk fun?
ooh, how
A
about
man bun, really?
my chest cavity opens up and there's just teeth?
Yes!
That actually would have been pretty badass. Like,
But
that
you
would've
want to
been-
hug him.
I mean, if it has
You can
teeth,
hug
does
him
it have
from
a mouth?
behind, it's fine.
Because that's an extra tongue. Just saying.
He didn't say there was a
Looks like-
tongue, he said just teeth.
Yeah, you
Your
said just-
gut splits into a drooling maw, so it is
And it's a
A
tongue.
mouth.
It drools.
Yes.
It drools. It's a tongue.
with concentric rows of hideous teeth.
Oh, God. Why is this? Ah.
What?
Oh,
Oh,
so
here's
gross.
another good one. Your legs bifurcate into spindly bug-like limbs that dance with eldritch excitement,
Ooh,
constantly-
so it's like...
constantly itching to run toward screaming and blood.
All right, now just keep the fingers. It's
Oh,
fine. We're just making
one
fun
of your
you.
arms, you choose which, stretches into a slimy tentacle that seems to act of its own will. Tends towards violence.
Why did you pick this domain? This sounds horrible.
Because of where we are.
God. Ugh. All right,
Um,
finger boy, let's go.
It's Finger Man, thank you.
Oh, sorry. I mean,
Fingerman?
he is like 4 times my age, so yeah, okay.
Finger
Respect your
senior
elders.
citizen.
Finger Citizen.
All right, so I'll take first watch. I'll stand at the door. What I'll actually do to try. Oh no, I can't. Signe will fucking PTSD on us all. Never mind. I'll just wait at the door.
Wait till she's asleep. If her
Well,
eyes
I'm
close,
not-
she
No,
can't
because
see
she'll
it.
know. She'll
I
know
know.
somehow and freak out.
I know.
Unnatural darkness would also be kind of a, almost like a warning sign.
Well,
Okay.
I would do it kind of slightly in the cave, so it looks like the shadows are just darker once you get like inside. But it doesn't matter. I won't do it because I don't want Signe to freak out. That's not cool.
What if you tell her? She doesn't.
You respect people with mental illness, guys.
Give me a big
Talking to
hug.
you, Lightning.
Wow.
Lightning's like, what?
I'll take second watch.
I'll take third. Nobody else wants to watch. It's cool.
Do we need more than 3 watches?
Well, usually you do 2 hours each, right? People need 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah. So it's 4.
So we would need 1 more for 8 hours. Actually, we need 2 more because it'd be 10. I don't know. It depends on how Tantus runs.
If you
his
do
games.
2 more, then everybody gets a full 8 hours of rest.
Yeah.
Plus
But you
the-
don't need 8 hours in game. You only need 8 hours of not rigorous activity.
Yeah.
So guard is considered not rigorous unless shit happens.
Sure, I'll go last. I'll wake up early anyway.
I'm gonna keep a good eye on Signe while she sleeps, because she talks about her dreams. She told us about her dreams.
Signy's gonna wake up in the middle of the night. That'll just be Zach.
With diamond eyes, just staring into
I think that's
her.
more terrifying than
Heavy
That is
breathing.
horrifying. The only
And
thing
then
that
all
would
of
be
a
more
sudden-
horrifying is Ulfgar.
I was just saying, and then all of a sudden you feel a finger scrape by you.
Yeah, like you see the fingers come over my head, and he just slides my head back. Stop staring at her.
And he's across. He's on the other side of the thing.
Anyway, you will have a very nice rest leading into the next day. We'll kind of take our break here. Our first break of you resting the eve in a cave.
Can I have a break of a Kit Kat bar?
Sure. Give
I
you a
can.
break.
I could totally go
Give
for
you a
it.
break. Break you off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Kit
Nom, nom, nom.
Kat bar.
And then we'll have Ulfgar's fingers feed us.
Marshmallow for you.
We'll be back in a
By
couple
the
of
way, I
minutes if you
picture
need
it
to
like
get
wrapping around the Kit Kat, like.
if you need to
You're
get
muted there,
a
buddy.
drink, go to the bathroom, get a snack, any of those things, any combination of them, all of them, go ahead and take it, and we'll be back in a minute. Bye.